Okay, sorry for the delay. So, for this one, okay, it's not super obvious what the scale factor is.
1 over 3.
Close, but not quite 1 over 3, okay? So this one, we're going to set up, listen, we're going to set up the ratio again. So side length over perimeter would be 9 over 30 is equal to side length over perimeter, which is x. Then cross multiply. If you cross multiply, we got 9x is equal to 180. Then what?
You divide by 9.
Divide both sides by 9. And we should get x equals 20 inches. Thank you.
I'm doing this.
20 inches.
It's easier.
Good. 20 inches. Okay, last one on the front, and then we'll do something a little bit different on the back, okay? This one, is it super obvious what the scale factor is? Yeah, not exactly, okay? Like, I don't know exactly what to multiply by 27 to get to 18, okay? So we're going to do the ratio again. Side length over perimeter is equal to side length over the perimeter. Like I said earlier, you can use calculators as long as they're not on your phone, okay? If you multiply this, I'm sorry?
Why can't we use our phone?
Because I don't want you texting.
Because of pirates.
27x will be equal to 2430. I don't even know what to say to that. Okay. Then to get x by itself, you divide both sides by 27. You can use a calculator and you'll get x equals 90. And this is meters. 90 meters.
Sit down.
Okay, any questions on how we do the stuff with perimeter? We're good with perimeter? No. Now we're going to look at the ones on the back. Okay, the ones on the back are talking about area. Okay, area is just a little bit different. Come on, guys. We're almost done. Listen, please. On number 8, it says a triangle has a side length of 4 inches. Okay, so we're going to draw a triangle and say it has a side length of 4 inches and its area is equal to 18 square inches, so inches squared. A larger similar triangle, and it's important that it says similar, okay? Similar triangle has a corresponding side length of 8 inches. This is the bigger triangle. Its corresponding side length is 8 inches. We want to find the area of the larger triangle, okay? The way that you do that is you take the scale factor squared multiplied by the corresponding area. Scale factor squared multiplied by the corresponding area. So, first thing you have to do is figure out what is the scale factor. So, to get from this one to this one, what did you have to multiply by? 2. So, your scale factor is 2. So, we're going to plug this in. 2 squared times, what's the corresponding area that they already gave you? 18. And then we just have to work this out. So what should happen first? Should I do the multiplication first or the power? The power, and what's 2 squared? 4. 4 times 18, yes, you can use a calculator. 4 times 18 gives you 72 inches squared. That's your answer. Okay, so you're still using scale factor. You just have to do one more step here with the square. Okay, let's try another one. A rectangle has a side length of 3 feet, okay, and an area of 24 square feet. So area is equal to 24 feet squared. A larger similar rectangle, and again, it has to be similar, has a side length of 9 feet. Find the area of the larger rectangle. So we're going to use that same formula. Scale factor squared multiplied by the corresponding area. What is the scale factor for this one? How do you get from 3 to 9? Multiply by 3. So scale factor is equal to 3. So 3 squared multiplied by what's the corresponding area? 24. Yeah, you're right. What is 3 squared? 9. And multiply that by 24. Yes, you could use a calculator, and that gives you 216 square feet. 216 square feet. Questions on how I did that? Not too bad? Okay, this last one is just a little bit more difficult, okay, but it's still totally doable. So the rectangular shaped flower garden has a length of 5 yards, okay, so this one is 5 yards and its area is equal to 15 square yards. Now, it's not 100, you don't have to draw these pictures, but I think that it's a lot easier if you just draw them. It's a little bit easier to get your brain around them. So I would recommend drawing them. So it's a neighbor's flower garden is similar, so it's the same shape, different size, and it has a side length of 7 yards. What is the area of the neighbor's flower garden? So again, we're going to use that same formula. Scale factor squared multiplied by the corresponding area. How do you figure out what the scale factor is, though? That's the problem.
Use the perimeter. Try to use the perimeter.
Close. Okay, the way you figure out the scale factor is literally you would do 5 multiplied by what? So I'm going to write 5 multiplied by the scale factor would equal 7. And you're just going to solve. How do you solve for the scale factor? How do you get SF or scale factor by itself? Divide. Divide both sides by 5. It is perfectly fine that our scale factor is a fraction. Okay, that is totally fine. And you are not going to change it to a decimal. I want you to leave it just like this. Now, we're going to take this and plug it back into that original equation. So, scale factor squared, so 7 over 5 squared multiplied by what's the corresponding area? 15. Can you do 7 over 5 squared? You can. You might not want to, but you can. How do you square a fraction? Anything squared basically just means to multiply by itself. So we're going to do 7 over 5 times 7 over 5 times 15. So to multiply these, you multiply across the top and multiply on the bottom. So 7 times 7 is 49 over 5 times 5 is 25 multiplied by 15. Now, if it makes it easier for you, put this over 1. Okay, you don't have to, but if it makes it easier, you can. How would you multiply those two fractions together? We can cross cancel, right? Can we reduce the 15 and the 25?
Yeah.
Yes. What do they reduce to be?
5.
You can reduce both by 5, so this gives you a 3 and a 5. Then multiply across. 49 times 3 gives you 147 over 5. So 147 over 5. Does it make sense if I told you my garden is 147 over 5 square feet or square yards? Yeah, not exactly, okay? Then you use the calculator, and this would reduce to be 29.4. However, what does your question ask you for? Is that a good enough answer for your question? Round to the nearest whole number. So, whole number, this would be what? 29, and this is square yards. So, make sure that you're paying attention to what it says to round to. Okay, and that's your answer. So, it's not that bad if you have a fraction. Okay, you guys are going to be able to finish all of our work in class today, and it is in fact required.